And hello, welcome to solo playthroughs. We're going back to Daelore for round 3, Patches versus Mulmesh, and I am excited about this one. I really can't remember a time in solo playthroughs land where I got more comments on the first one or two videos of a new game that I featured than this one, which I guess makes sense because this game is all the rage right now. I think Gaia Project is the only one that comes close as far as advice and recommendations and things to think about as I continue to delve more into the solo mode of that game. And I really appreciate it. So a couple of overriding themes is one, yes, I know I'm playing on Legendary. Yes, I know Legendary is a fair amount hard. And I know that especially with some of the gearlocs, I guess it can feel really kind of mechanical. You have a very limited route. Your choices are kind of laid out for you if you want to have a chance. And, you know, I kind of see some of those arguments that maybe, you know, not playing a Legendary would be a better idea. I just started playing a Legendary. I really like the idea of starting with nothing and building up. It reminds me, it kind of feels a little bit like Mage Knight or Spirit Island, where it's like you really start super weak and how can you make this work? The fact that I don't have the variety of the Age of Tyranny or the 40 Days of Daelore with the additional special encounters for days 1, 2, and 3. Also, it's, you know, I kind of know what I want to do with these 3 encounters, so I'm not really that worried about that. So I will stick on Legendary, at least with the gearlocs I currently have. I will be expanding my content. Probably will just wait until I get everything with the Hoplomachus Victorum pledge that I went in on, because it just seemed like the most effective way. I got plenty of content to kind of deal with between now and then, right? So that's one. I do appreciate those thoughts. The second one is the idea of skills versus dex. And for me, like, am I always making the most optimal decision? Probably not. I just do the decisions that I find the most fun. And also, I do want to err on the side of featuring more skills instead of less when it comes to playthroughs on a video like this. I just think those are more interesting playthroughs. And I say dex, I should have said all stats. I do see the arguments for just doing much more stat-focused gearlocs, especially if you're just trying to maximize your chances of a victory here, and especially the idea of dex. Dex, you know, being equivalent of action points was a comment that someone put in one of my videos. I think it was Rocket or George, I don't know. I really appreciate all of it. So just go back through the comments and the time that people spend and to truly discuss strategy. I really want my comment sections to become more and more. I want them to become loot of strategy conversation. So, for people that kind of stumble on these videos and could really use some of that. So yeah, the rule of thumb, and I'm pretty sure this was George who kind of put it on my comment section on video. Don't know where he got it from initially, but the idea that you really want your decks to be attack plus defense plus 1 at minimum, because that's going to give you the ability to roll all your attack and defense dice, plus give you a little wiggle room. And that wiggle room becomes especially important if you're facing enemies that have weaken, which is forcing you to reduce your dex over the course of a turn. And especially since all the enemies that have weaken, or at least a lot of the baddies that have weaken, are also ranged attack baddies. Weaken is sometimes an unavoidable consequence, and you want to make sure that you're able to roll all the dice you want to roll to be able to have a chance, especially true solo. So let's do story time with Greg, with Mulmesh, once human, now Worgen. Of course he's Worgen. Mulmesh has an insatiable hunger for that which he once was. Knowing there is no going back, he lets that hunger fuel his fury toward any non-Ebon Daelorian who stands in his way of exacting vengeance. Dun dun dun. So we have 9 days to get 6 progress points, and once we get those 6 progress points, we can take on Mulmesh. He has 1 tyrant encounter, the scent of a gearloc. We have our special encounters, and since we only have 9 days in this wonderful journey from Obendaw through the world of Daelore, we are only going to take 6 of these solo encounter cards. 1, 2, 3, I mean 7. It's like 6. 9 minus 3. Right? I've been playing Undertow too much. I think it is minus 3. So yeah, we only get 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The tyrant encounter, and then the 3 starter special days. Day 1, day 2, and day 3. So we have these cards. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I was using the encounter cover card. I just find that really cumbersome and awkward. So what I'm going to do, if anyone's watched my This War of Mine videos or whatnot, whenever there's a small stack of cards, I just prefer to roll. And I just kind of brought that over into this game as well. So once we get through 1, 2, and 3, we will ultimately have 7 cards there. And I'll just roll a D8 and then a D6 to determine which encounter we're doing every day, so make sure we're maximizing randomness without having this cover card that doesn't really work anyway. All right, I mean, at least it's really hard not to see what's coming up next when you're using a card, taking it off. You know, you have to do some really magical sleight of hand stuff that I'm just not that dexterous with my fingers. All right, so Patches is going to come in. He is everyone's favorite gearloc medic. He has 3 different skill trees, and then we have 3 different consumables. The consumables are a huge part of how I want to play with Patches. That poison dart is especially super clutch in how I play with Patches. So we'll look at Patches. This gearloc cares only for the welfare of his party. Well, at this point, he cares only for his own welfare. He's a bit of a megalomaniac when we're playing true solo, right? Using a variety of methods, Patches is a master manipulator of health and can easily sustain a party through the worst and longest of battles. He also isn't half bad with a bone saw. Smooth edges. All right, his backup plan is super cool. We have, if he has 1 bone, he can do absolutely squadouche, but if he has 2 bones, he can heal himself for 1 hit point. He can heal any gearloc for 1 hit point in a co-op game, but by himself, 1 hit point. If he has 3 bones, we can exhaust 3 bones for a needle jab, stick the target for 2 damage. That does have to be the target. 4 bones is awesome. You can get one of your handy dandy consumable dice. 5 bones overcharge, reduce E cells by 1, electrify any baddie for 4 true damage. Hard to pull off, haven't really done it very much. But what are these E cells? Well, E cells is another consumable dice. So if we get this consumable dice, we can roll it. This would go into our locked area. And then if we wanted to use overcharge, we'd have to reduce this. Obviously, if it becomes a counter in the locked area. So if we reduce it from 1 to 0, it exhausts and it would go back into our tray because remember, it's a consumable. And then 6, if we can do that early, that'd be great. 6 bones, upgrade to an 8+1. What happens with Patches? An 8+1, well, he gets an immediate increase to his health stat, and then he would take a corresponding chip for that. I believe that's true. I think every time you increase your die, you also get a corresponding chip, but if someone can confirm that, I know when you do it, when you're training, you always take the chip, but I'm pretty sure at any point you increase your die, you take the chip, and that's how I've been playing, but I'd love to know if there's an official clarification on that. I tried to find one, I could not, and then, again, you just have the extra chip, which would be super nice. It's like getting a little bit of a training point in the middle of a battle, which I will always say, yes, please, I will take one of those. We have, the beginning build strat. We definitely need to get an extra dex quick and get an extra attack quick. I often randomize when it comes to that day 1 card. With Patches, I don't. Give me those 2 training points because, with 2 dex and 1 attack, I really need, in true solo game, I need both of those to be bumped to really have a chance, in my experience, in that second day when I want to do that battle. So we have the 3 different, what do they call them, professions. So the one profession is a combat medic. The combat medic is the red dice. They are a lot of med kits, a lot of health. You can do, the bone saw gives you an extra melee attack. There's a lot going on there. I don't use this. I could see this being really useful in a cooperative game. I don't use this much in a true solo game. Maybe we'll get the med kit. We'll see. We have the forester profession, which only 2 dice. I really like the toxins. Nutrients, again, are just more health. But the toxins, the ability to poison a baddie. Again, I roll the toxins. I get a poison 2. I mean, that's 3 damage to the baddie without me being anywhere near it for 2 rounds. If I get a poison 3, then obviously that's 6 damage over 3 rounds, which is really big, really adds up. Obviously, there are, a third of this die is just 2 bones, but even the 2 bones could be really huge in kind of getting some of the things that you might want. And then the profession I really like true solo is the Stims stacker. So the Stim stacker is interesting. So the first, it starts here, then it has to build out. I really want to get Stim kit, Stim belt, and then distiller. The distiller plays a really big role because some of the problems with if say you just had the Stim kit and the Stim belt, then what do they both do? Well, they give you buff health. What's buff health, right? For those who don't know, you roll a die. Oh, that's what I want to avoid. That's why I want the distiller. So if I ever rolled that in either of these, I would have to take a damage and exhaust a die. I have to use that result. That's really garbage. But it's assuming I don't roll that, Say I rolled that, I would get 4 buff health. This gives me extra health. So this would be in play after the defense die. Any defense dice I have are exhausted. I would get 4 health, and now would be before I take any damage. And this would sit in my active area. Now, if this buff health stack ever is totally depleted, this die leaves and is exhausted. It stays in your active as long as it's there. You know, I can't have like 3 defense dice and a buff health. You want to make sure you're using these between defense dice and your buff healths. You're going to only have 3 slots to play with, so you're going to want to use them pretty wisely. But as I said, you know, sometimes if you roll that, that's garbage. Now, or even if I roll the bones, I don't really want that 1 bones. If I get the distiller, which is die number 13, and I roll this at some point, well, now that gives me the chance to re-roll, and that does go into the locked area, and it's not a counter. That just stays there for as long as you don't get knocked out during the course of this adventure. You can re-roll any one of these dice 1 time. If I rolled Distiller 2, I can re-roll 2 times. So even if it came that garbage result, I do have a chance to re-roll it and try to get something better. Oh, so I went from, you know, in that case, if I had the Distiller 2, I went from really bad to just a bones to 5 buff health. You can see in the course of a game, hey, -1 health versus 5 extra health. Yeah, it kind of makes a big difference. So one of the things with patches that might not be for everyone's preferred play style, mine included. I mean, I like the puzzle. I mean, patches, I love Boomer. I really like Pickett. Patches is like, oh, it's cool. I like it. He's definitely not going to be my preferred play style, especially true solo. But you do end up in a lot of situations that you're just using his health advantage to make sure that you survive. You get to the fatigue rounds, and then all of a sudden you just watch the baddies basically be defeated by fatigue. That's what is the big advantage of patches, right? He's starting with 5 health. We have these things, but I don't start with them. Well, the one thing I didn't say, kind of burying the lead a little bit here, is at the beginning of every one of Patches' turn, he will heal himself for 1. And one way that I've really thought about it, it's like just a perpetual shield of 1. You just, I mean, obviously you need to have at least 2 health if you take 1 damage, but you have this idea, you keep getting this health back. So you can keep your defense and your health stats surprisingly low because you just keep healing every turn. And if you get your dex high, you can kind of put yourself in situations where maybe you're not taking as many attacks as you otherwise would, at least from the melee baddies. You can really prolong a battle and get yourself to those fatigue rounds, which again, advantage Patches, because everyone's losing a health, but only Patches, at least amongst the baddies that you're going to be up against, only Patches is generally the one, unless somebody has recover, but most baddies don't. Only Patches is the one that's actually getting that health back every round, right? So it becomes a battle of longevity. I mean, what's that other phrase in sports where it's just battle of attrition. There you go. Tough phrases today, kids, pulling them all out for y'all. So let's go on, and we are gonna go to day 1. But wait, I can't go to day 1 yet. I have some shuffling to do. Right. What am I thinking? I was blabbing on, talking about Patches. I will say that if anyone's friends with Patches, I mean, dude's looking a little, he's looking a little sick. I mean, he's a medic. He should be, I guess it's too much stem. Dude is definitely, those cheeks look really, really something's going on with him, man. He's not looking healthy. He's looking a little bags under the eyes, and it's been a long day as a field medic, I guess. And the health profession is no joke, especially these days with the global state of things, right? So maybe someone can give him a long, hard-earned vacation would be really nice. We are going to now shuffle up the baddie chips. What kind of baddies do we have? Well, we have beasts. They are the purple baddies. We have the bog-type baddies, which are the green, and then we have the blue baddies, which are a variety of, like, there's dragons and kobolds. I think they're the scales, if I'm not mistaken, is the name of that baddie type. So no orcs, no, trying to think, orcs are what? Orcs are the purple or the blue, and then I forget what the yellow are, but oh shoot, the bog something just flipped over. So yeah, definitely a couple of things I don't want to see. The manticore is always something that drives me insane. I feel like I'm haunted by manticores, between the manticore and Maid's Knight, which is one of the worst monster enemies going, and then the manticores here. I'm just like, I don't know, man. I could foresee a life without manticores. That would be That would be fine with me. So, that Manticore here, especially, I love is like that one encounter that the baddies come in and they have -2 health to start, and then it's, or -1 even, and it's always like, Manticore. I'm like, no! Because it's like bad enough that dude's doing poison too, and then you get the rage too on top, and it's like, oh, so vicious. So vicious. So we're just trying to kill them as soon as possible, which is where that poison dart, if you can get that consumable out with patches, can come in huge, assuming you get a decent enough roll to make use of it. All right, bam, that's enough. These were already fairly shuffled going in. So day one, so that was a little bit of a false start. Take two, day one, bam. All right, what am I doing? I am not randomizing this. I am taking 2 training points. I'm not going to read the flavor text for day 1, 2, and 3. I will read the rest of them, even though some of them will be repeats from my previous 2 videos. But day 1, 2, and 3, they are what they are. So look, I'm doing option 1. I'm getting 2 training points. I'm going to try to train my attack. I succeeded, so we get 1 to our attack stat. I'm going to try to train my dex. Don't need to try. I'm just going to do it. Bam. You automatically succeed training dex and health. Again, you only have to roll for attack and for defense, which is nice. So at the end, we're going to do the final things here. We trade loot. Obviously, we're not doing that. Make a lock picking attempt. I have no locks to pick, so we're going to skip right over that. And then individual options. Well, I don't need to heal up to full HP. I'm already healed up to full HP. I have no loot to trade to search for better loot, so I will scout the area. Let me roll a 3, 1, 2, or 3. That means I can reveal a 1-point baddie. Do I want you kobold green thumb hardy? It's only attacking with the 1. Hardy's not the greatest, but I'm not doing that much chunk damage anyway. That's fine. We will keep him around. You can do far worse. Oh, and since I scouted, I see you coming, you green thumb. Some of these names are awesome. So we go to day 2. I also get 1 progress point, so I'll put a die up there. I only need 6, so let me get a d6 from over here. Bam, we are 1/6 of the way there, kids. We go to day 2. Hardly out the gate, some stuff happens. We are definitely doing option 2. So we are going to show open door what gearlocs are made of. We're going to do baddie points. So this guy and this guy are going to be coming into the fray. The kobold green thumb is going to be in lane 1. It is a melee baddie. It comes in with 3 health, and it will go right there. Then we have this dude. Oh no, it's a bog pole. Bog pole is going to be doing poison 1 every turn, which I do not love. He's going to come here, but again, if I take care of this dude, poison 1 isn't that big of a deal because I will be healing 1 every turn anyway. So the kobold green thumb has a any die of a 4, and the bog pole has an any die of a 3. I'm going to roll my any die. So a couple of things that were pointed out to me. I was like, where do I do the any die? Any die numbers are 3, 3, 3, 3. Is that 3? That's 4 3s, right? I think so. And then 2 4s, so 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4. I'm going to roll my any die. I rolled a 3. So the kobold green thumb is getting 1 whack on me, which is fine. I will just heal it. So one idea that came to me too, and the comments again were awesome. I keep saying this. I should be using this meter. I can have all the dice down here and then make sure I don't lose track of where I am just by scooting the dice up as we go, which has been working out wonderfully for me. So I'm getting attacked by this green thumb anyway. I'm just going to go here. Maybe I just go for the bog. I mean, the bog pole is what? Going to cause me 1 damage a turn. This guy's rolling 1 die. He'll probably be doing me 1 damage a turn. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter that much. So who I want to attack first? I mean, I'll just go for this guy because he could be doing 2 damage. If he starts rolling a sequence of 2s, that could get really bad for me, especially with the poison. So this makes the most sense just to take care of him. He's going to go, and he's hardy, right? So it's going to take me 3 rounds to defeat him, which isn't great. Taking 3. Let me put myself in a position to kill the bog pole, and the guaranteed 1 a turn from that isn't great. At least this gives me some upside, especially that's true damage. I can actually get a shield against the attack of the green thumb. So probably makes more sense to go for the bog pole. So this dude's going to come down. He's going to roll a 1 attack die, gives me 1 damage because he's a big jerk. And that is that. That's right, green thumb. I called you a jerk. You will deal with it. My turn. I'm going to heal 1 at the start of my turn because I'm magic. Oh, you know what? If I kill him quick enough, I can really start manipulating this and just go for some bones. I like that. I'm going to go back on myself again. I have a dex of 3. I'm rolling my 2 attack dice and my 1 defense die. And let's see if we can't knock this dude out. I rolled, so 1 damage to him. He's hardy anyway, so I couldn't get more than that. 1 shield and 1 bones. I'm going to try to get either a Fortunate Discovery or my innate +1 this round. I think that makes the most sense. The Bog Pole goes, he puts poison 1 on me, and we go to round 2. I'm going to move these down. The Kobold Green Thumb's going to go. He's attacking me with 1 attack die. He rolls a bones. You missed. All right, my turn. I'm going to take a damage. I can do this in any order I want. My innate allows me to heal 1 a turn. And my innate +1 will do the same thing, except I'll be flipped over and I'll have 1 there. I'm going to take the damage, which again is true damage, so it doesn't, my shield's not impacted from that. So I take the damage because of the poison, and then I heal 1 because of my innate. Again, there's a lot of flexibilities in the order in which you can do things like that in this game, and there's like a strategy to that, so that's really cool. Now it's my turn. I'm going to take this out because I'm basically just chasing bones. Hopefully I'll kill this dude. Anyway, oh, he's hardy. He's hardy. That's fine. I'm chasing bones anyway. So I'm going to roll these 2 attack dice and this defend die. Oh, maybe I leave that shield. Maybe I leave that shield. Just, nah, we're good. I'm going to attack him. I'm chasing bones. So I roll those 3. So he's hardy. So 1 damage. I got the bones from the defense die that I wanted. Hopefully that was the right choice. And now we go to the Bog Pole. What's the Bog Pole doing? Gives me poison 1. All right, round 3. Dude is attacking me again. I have no shield this time because I took it out. I did see some comments on that too. Yeah, you can always take stuff out of your active dice whenever you want. Again, I'm chasing bones here, so he's attacking me with 1 die. He gives me 1 damage. My turn. I'm going to heal 1 and then take a damage because of the poison, so I'm down to 4 health. And then I'm going to attack him again. 2 attack dice and a defend die. 4 damage. Yeah, I think that will do. He's super dead. Thank you for playing, Kobold Green Thumb. Try harder next time. And I didn't get any bones, so that's the end of my turn. And he's out. The Bog Pole gives me poison 1 again. Great, we go to round 4. So I'm going to let this dude just basically take care. Oh, I got to get close to him to roll. Right. So round 4, I'm going to take a damage because of the poison and then heal 1. So I'm still going to be at 4 health when all that's said and done. I'm going to use one of my decks to move close to him because I want to be able to re-roll dice. I'm going to take this shield out because I'm more likely to roll a bones with that. I'm going to roll 1 attack die. I'm not going to assign it to him, but because I'm just really chasing bones. 0 bones. I'm not going to assign that 2 damage. On his turn, he's going to give me a poison 1. We go to round 5. These come down. So I'm not going to move these anymore. There's only 2 of us. It's a little bit, redundant. I take a damage, heal a damage. I'm going to take this shield out, rolling 3 dice, give me some bones. There's a bones. I'm not applying those 2 attack dice. He's attacking me. I get a poison 1. Round 6. So fatigue round, damage. On my turn, I take a damage, heal a damage because of the poison. And I would like to at least get a Fortunate Discovery. So I'm going to roll these 3 dice. I got 0 bones because of course I did. His turn, he gives me a poison 1. Fatigue round again. Damage. It's my last chance to get something out of this. Damage, fatigue round. I take a damage, heal a damage. I have 2 health left. It doesn't matter. He's going to die at the beginning of the next round. So I will might as well just go for this. Come on, buddy. I didn't roll the bones again. Oh, that's so stupid. I'll just use the backup plan of healing a gearloc. Again, use the leftmost bones. That shifts over. It doesn't matter with those dice, but it could matter with other dice later. And I will get a 3rd health. Bog Pole gives me a poison. Next round, Bog Pole is dead. I rolled 0 bones. It's very sad. I really wanted at least the poison dart. But, it is what it is. When you want bones, you don't get them. When you don't want bones, you get them. I take a damage for the fatigue rounds as well. That is the immediate end of the battle because all the baddies are defeated. So I'll just take that poison die off and we call it a done deal. Patches has finished what he set out to do and we are going to end this. So I'm going to get 2 training points. How do I want to spend those? Well, I think it makes sense to get 1 dex and I will take the toxins die because that can really make a big difference if you get a good poison on an enemy. We go to the end of round effects. I have no loot to trade. I do get a loot. My bad. So I took the 2 training points. I get this loot. Rusty Optics. At the end of a round, gain 3 initiative spots. Ooh, 2 uses like that. That could be really useful, especially against some of these range attack baddies who come in with a 6 and weekend and all that garbage. No. So at the end of the round, so it wouldn't help you in round 1, but it could definitely make a big difference in a single battle. So we got the loot, we got the 2 training points, and we get another day. So we are at day 2. That's going to go over here at the end of the round. I'm not going to trade this loot. I'm not going to make a lock picking attempt. I have nothing to pick. And then I will just rest and recover. So I'm going to get up to 5 health. Awesome. We go to day 3, so we have 2 options. Am I going to try to get a trove loot? Nope. Nope, we're not. We're going to get another training point, and we're going to make sure we get up to 4 days. There we go. And so I have to roll a d6. Where is that? So 1 or 2 would be bad. I rolled a 4. Cool. If I rolled a 1 or a 2, again, we have to take the first tyrant encounter in your deck and place it on top of the encounter deck. That would be super bad. And I get a training point. My training point, I'm going to, man, I think it makes sense to get 1 more health here. So I'll put this here. Then when you get health, you also get the chip for that. And that's going to give me 6 health. Really, really unfortunate I didn't get even the fortunate discovery. I'm still kind of a little bummed with how that played out the last round. Now we go to the end of the round. I don't need to heal, so I can scout. So let's roll for this. I rolled a 5. We can scout a 5-point baddie. So 4 or 5 is a 5-point baddie. Oh, it is a stone golem. Yep, it was a stone golem. He's going to go right there. We're up to day 4 already. I haven't totally kept up with this. Sorry about that. But as I said, when we started this, I'm going to take these 7 cards here, and we are going to just roll a dice. So I'm going to get my D8, and that is a D10. All right, D8. I rolled 7. Oh. We get the tyrant encounter right off the jump. The scent of a gearloc. You don't have to be a ranger to sense when you're being followed, when your stomach instinctively clenches and the hair on your ears is at attention. There are probably eyes on you. What can be done? Well, nothing in this case. Too much time would be wasted trying to reveal this pursuer, and yet after a few hours, paranoia starts to set in. It feels like there are more eyes watching with every passing moment. Shadowy figures slip in and out of the trees, always hidden, but there in the corner of your eye. What are they waiting for? Another stomach knot. This is becoming all too regular a feeling. Search your active stats for the first beast type baddie and place it on the tyrant card. And with a party size of 1 or 2, we get a 1-point baddie. So we're basically looking for a beast type baddie in these stacks. The first one, it is a griffin yearling. I really wish I got the wolf pup instead, but that's fine. Griffin yearling. I was out there, and since we searched through the stack, we just have to shuffle those back up, put that kobold, whatever the heck it was, in a more random spot. So this is get a couple more shuffles here. My shuffling skills are not what I want them to be, kids. What is happening today? Oh, it's a mess. I'm just making a mess. This isn't shuffling. This is like just chip piling. Right, whatever. That's fine. It's random enough. Boom, boom, boom. Done and done. Cool. Now, draw another encounter card for today, so we don't lose a day, which is good. So it's still day 4, and then we reshuffle this into the stack. I'm not going to reshuffle it because I'm just going to be randomly rolling a die. Speaking of which, let's draw another one for today. I know it can't be the tyrant one, so I'm rolling a d6. I rolled a 2. Bam. Flip this, and that's going to go there. All right, just out of reach. I love rocky landscapes. Trouble is easy to spot. And it's a breeze to cover larger distances. Oh, this come out at the end of the battle. All right. Sparkling streams of fresh water are commonplace in the mountains of Daelore, one of the land's few mercies on ill-prepared travelers. Up ahead, the narrow corridor I'm following suddenly opens into a sun-bathed canyon with a peaceful creek flowing just beyond. Such a place would offer some much-needed resources, but odds of an ambush are high. If I waltz out into the open, I might be picked off before I can taste that cool mountain water. I might be able to scale this wall and find a higher pathway around, but that will take time I'm not sure I have. So, oh no, ambush happened! We have to either brave the open air. At that point, we can add 2 points to the baddie queue, and any ranged baddies start at the top of the inning meter. Now, we do have the rusty optics to get on top of them, but I don't love that. The other idea is ready the ropes and climb. From your high vantage point, you see that there was, in fact, an ambush set for you in the clearing. Payback time. So we have baddie points +2, and then party has surprise, and baddies cannot move during the first round. So it's actually an interesting decision. This gives us one more training point and another day. And since it's adding 2 points to the baddie queue goes from a 4 to a 6. So we're just looking at a 5 and a 1. And if they're really bad, I don't know how many ranged baddies there are. So we might actually end up having surprise anyway. I mean, I like the fact that baddies can't move during the first round, but I don't know how much that matters. I think that extra training point might be worth it. I don't love my current setup, but I don't know how much surprise is really gonna help. I don't know. I play bad. Am I really gonna chase this extra training point? I mean, the day, I guess, never mind. It's not even an extra training point. I already get this training point. It's an extra day, but I already have 4 days in the first 3. So it's probably not worth chasing that day. I'm probably not in a bad spot with days. And since it doesn't give me an extra training point, this gives me, I'll get 2 training points in a loot if I take option B. So talk myself into option B, adding 2 points to the baddie queue. So we're going to have a 5 and a 1. I have scouted neither. So let's see. Oh my God, it's an owlbear. Great. So the owlbear has Inspire 1, which means that the next baddie in the queue will move up 1 in the any meter, and then it also and it will get 1 extra die to roll. But it also has Terrify. After this unit is attacked, place a Terrify effect die on the attacking unit until the end of its next turn. If a unit has a Terrify effect die on it at the start of its turn, it may not target any units with the skill Terrify. So I can basically only attack the owlbear like every other round, right, at that point. But the dude is rolling 4 attack dice. That's excessive, owlbear. I don't know what's wrong with you. Is it an owl? Is it a bear? Yes. So I have surprise. So I'm glad I have surprise on that big jerk. But again, he can't move the first round anyway. So I go to the top because I have surprise. The owlbear is hanging out with a wolf pup. That's more like it. That's a little wolf pup. He's so cute. All right, Wolfpack is last back 1. Now remember, the owlbear would make that have 2 attack dice, not just 1, because of that inspired nonsense. So owlbear is here with an innie of 4. Wolf pup is an innie of 3. Can I kill that wolf pup? Man, that lashback, it's a little scary, but I definitely want to get an attack in. So the inspire is going to make it attack with 2. I should be able to hopefully do some damage to it. I think if it's just the owlbear, I can find a way. I mean, I can pretty much never get attacked by that dude, right? So, I mean, 4 dice, it could easily take me out. So I'm going to attack the wolf pup, even with the lashback. Probably get the lashback and get attacked twice, but I should be able to withstand that. And I will use the toxins and see if we can't just like kill the wolf pup on its turn, even better. And I would save myself getting attacked by 2 dice. So I'm going to go. I would heal 1, but obviously I have nothing to heal. It's round 1. Come on, die. Get to where you want. Get into your home. All right, cool. I'm rolling 2 attack dice, a defense die, and this toxins die with my dexterity of a 4. We're gonna roll. What did I roll? Bones. Oh, that's really nice. I'm not gonna apply either of those, and I'm gonna do poison 3 on that dude with the toxins. That will work. So that toxins die is exhausted. And if I applied either of the attack dice, remember, I would have had a lashback. And who wants a lashback? I guess a lashback one more than them mattered because I'm going to heal being in my next turn anyway. But it just feels better this way. The owlbear is going to go. He can't move, remember, because of the encounter. He is going to inspire the wolf pup. Wolf pup's turn. Oh, there's a poison 3 on him. He takes 3 damage and is no longer our concern. Bye-bye. So that is fine. And now we just have this dumb owlbear to worry about with Terrify and a 4 attack. I mean, that attack is bananas. I mean, I think we're just running around to the fatigue rounds at this point. I don't know how I could realistically attack. I mean, a 4 attack. I'm not going to have enough defense. So yeah, here we go. I'm not going to bother moving. There's only 2 of us. I'll just keep that at the top of the innie meter. So we go to round 2. I would heal 1. I'm going to use 2 of my dex to move. I'm going to roll a defense die. Let's see if I can't just get a whole sequence of bones. Nope, not going to happen. We get that. The owlbear is going to come here. We go to round 3. I'm going to move 2. I'm going to roll a defense. I'm going to take this out, re-roll it. It's not a bones. Owlbear goes here. We go to round 4. I move 2. I'm going to take this out, re-roll it. I get I'm just never rolling bones, kids. That goes there. We go to round 5. I move 2, take this out, re-roll it. Hey, it's a bones. Look at me. Owlbear goes there. All right, now it gets interesting. We get fatigue rounds. Down, down. My turn. I heal 1. I still don't think I can attack it. So I'm going to move 2, roll this. It's not a bones, it's that. Owlbear comes there. We go to the next round. Fatigue, damage, damage. On my turn, I heal 1. I move 2. I'm going to take this out, re-roll it. It's defend 2. Okay. Owlbear moves here. Next round, fatigue rounds. Ding, ding. I heal 1 on my turn. Now I have a defend 2. I don't know if it would be that crazy to just move at him and then I get to roll. I wonder what the odds of that. Like, if you have 1 in 6 chance of rolling a bones with your attack dice, you better roll 2 of those and then a 1 in 3. Probably not. Probably not. I'm gonna move, take this out, roll it. It's a defend 1. Owlbear goes there. Next round, fatigue rounds, damage, damage. I got you, Owlbear. You chasing me all day. It ain't gonna work. Yeah, I think I move 2 and I'll just attack him next turn. So I roll this. Bones! Yes, 3 bones. We're getting there. This dude goes there. Next round. Fatigue. Bam, bam. My turn. I heal 1. I'm gonna use 1 of my decks to move at him. I have 3 more decks. Rolling an attack. 2 attack. He's gonna die next turn anyway, right? Because of the fatigue round. So I'm just really hoping for at least 1 bones here. We got the 1 bones. I'm going to use these 4. I can do this in any order I want. I'm going to use these 4 bones to get a fortunate discovery. Let me get the poison dart. And I'm using one of those attacks to defeat the owlbear, who never had a chance, really. He's an owl, he's a bear, but he is not able to catch up to my medic gearloc. So we just got healing himself 1 every round. So that is, again, that's a very patches battle. As I said, it's not always the most exciting thing to do, but you know, sometimes you just gotta be a little crafty gearloc and make it work. So what am I gonna get? I'm gonna get the 1 loot. Bam, fresh bog meat. In battle, heal yourself for 5 hit points. Ooh, then it a poison 2 effect. Oh, that's actually not bad for patches at all. I will take that. So it's again, I heal myself for 5 in battle, and then I add a poison effect 2. But remember, like a poison effect 2 on me isn't the worst because, you know, it's like 2 damage, but I heal 1, 1 damage, I heal 1. So it's effectively a trade-off where I'll end up with 4 hit points to my advantage, which can be really nice. So toxins is going to go there. I don't have anything else. So I have 2 training points. I'm going to get my stim kit because I do want to start getting down to that distiller. As I build into the stim stack or profession, I can't get the distiller until the 3rd one that I take. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to try to spend 1 training point to get an extra... Oh, do I want an extra attack die? Do I want an extra attack die? Let me try to get an extra attack die. I'm going to want it eventually. I did not get it, so I will take the stim kit. And I'll do another attack. If I don't get it this time, I'll just use the dexterity. I did get it. So now I'm pretty much good with attack for where I want to be for the rest of the game. Hopefully I get to the innate +1 at some point. That will make that a 2. My dexterity is only a 4, which isn't amazing, but I can roll all my non-skill dice on any turn I wanted to. But I'll get this to a 5, get Stim Bolt Distiller, and then I think I'll be fleshed out kind of where I want to be, you know, as we kind of come to the second half of this adventure. So that is done. I did not get a day for that, so this goes away. End of the round. I'm going to do my normal stuff so I can trade some loot. I don't want to do that. I have no locks to pick, and I will do some scouting. I rolled a 4. I can see the next 5-point baddie. What is it? Oh, it's just a Griffin Howler. No. Griffin Howler is gross. They have flight, they have dive, signal 1. They're rolling 3 dice. So I got rid of the golem and the Griffin Howler, and that makes me happy. So we're going to day 5. So again, remember the tyrant encounter is back, so we can continue to stack 1-point beast baddies if I roll bad here. So let's see what happens here. So I'm rolling a d6. I roll. Oh, there's 6 of these. Ooh! All right. I thought I got the tyrant encounter again. So I did not. What do we get instead? Unwanted affection. Ugh. I know this freaking thing. It's really bad. All right, so I really don't like this this encounter. So the day began innocently enough. I encountered the rare gearloc family living a quiet life at the foot of a hill. Their child had been kidnapped by raiders days ago. Given our scarce population, I immediately set out on a successful rescue mission. Now I'm back, and the parents are applying heavy pressure. Our little one will be safer with you than with us. It looks like you could use a companion anyway. You could use someone to help you scavenge food and water. Truth be told, the raiders paid me to take this little gearloc back. The gold coins they handed me came with a warning that this youngling was unlucky. So, I can reduce my hit points stat die by 1 if possible, which makes me sad. Or I could take this dude, but then I have to exhaust 3 skill dice, and that means getting rid of the poison dart. It's not worth it. So I am unfortunately going to lose the point that I had with health. So I lose the corresponding thing there. And I'm actually not even going to take that back. What I do want to do is increase my dex. Since I have the stim kit, 5 is not a lot. I am going to want to boost that at some point. The innate +1 would have been really nice if I was able to pull that off in the first round when I had ample opportunity, but I think that this is better. So my skills are my companions. Okay, that's lame, but really, no thanks. The father is crushed and berates you for your decision. You feel bad. Reduce your health point stat die by 1 if possible, which I already did because you got sick from feeling bad. I mean, I really don't feel that bad. Forget that kid. Who wants a little kid? A battleground is no place for a kid to be. All right. An elephant graveyard is no place for a lion cub to be. Anyway, plus I had the fresh bog meat, which really will help. It kind of gives me some more cushion with this health thing. So I think that +1 dex is going to be a wee bit better, especially since I know there's still a couple of weakened baddies that we have not seen yet, right? So we are now going to day 6, and we did get an extra day from that. So we are 5 days, 1 away from being able to take on Mulmesh himself. I do get to scout at the end of this day. And I will scout. I'm rolling that. I rolled a 2. I can scout a 1-point baddie. It is this clay golem. I don't mind the clay golems. That break's annoying, but they're only attacking 1. That's really not that bad against patches. So fine, we will keep him, and he is scouted. So again, I think we're at day 6. We are. I'm going to have how many cards here? There's only 5 cards left. I'm rolling a d6. I rolled a 6. Not helpful. I rolled a 4. Here we go. Risky payoff. The Ebon, evil as they are, still show a strange cross-species loyalty. Trolls won't hesitate to call for help from an orc, a kobold, or even bog scum. A fight may look winnable, but it's often not worth the risk. Lucky for me, creatures of the Ebon almost always have a price. I wonder if the menacing figure ambling toward me can simply be bribed with something shiny in exchange for safe passage. Unfortunately, if he has friends hiding in those bushes, they might be waiting to take a whole lot more than a shiny object. Yeah, I don't want to get rid of either of those loots, so it is what it is. So we're going to do option 1. We're going to stand my ground and fight. I'm not going to try to bribe this, because the problem is you can bribe this dude. If I roll bad, then I have to battle anyways. So it's like, and I definitely don't want to lose either of those. The baddie queue is baddie points, which is just 6. We get a 5er and this clay golem. At the ends of rounds 3 through 5, roll a d6, add 1 point baddie to the bottom of the battle queue if I roll a 1 through a 3. So I'm going to put this up here. So it's rounds 3, 4, and 5. We'll see if that even gets there. So what do we got? Oh, the other Griffin Howler. I buried your brother. Why are you here? So the Griffin Howler comes in. He has a any meter of 5, and he's going to go in the melee space for lane 1. 5 health. Ding. And then we get the clay golem. He's going to go in the melee space for lane 2. He's got an any die of a 2. Bam. Bam. Interesting. So this dude's going to go. I might use that rusty optics to gain 3 any spots. What am I doing? I'm rolling. Bam. I rolled a 3. And yeah, because being able to go in front of the Howler could be fairly strong for next round. But so he has signal 1 too. Oh, that's really bad. That's bad. So what's he gonna do? He's gonna bring another 1-pointer into the battle for sure, and he's definitely gonna attack me for 3 next turn, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to avoid him this turn either. Right. So if I start here, at least he's not gonna be able to cut him off. Yeah, he's going to pretty much be attacking me in the next 2 rounds. So dive. So flight, what happens is after he goes, he's going to have that on him, so I can't target him. And then the next turn, he will have dive. So no matter where I am on the battle mat, he's going to come right next to me because he loves me. I really need that distiller. Man, the Howler's rough. Rough. So I'm going to start there. This dude going to come down here. Actually, he's going to signal 1. Let's block up that spot. That could be nice and useful. He's attacking me with 3 dice. He's signaling 1. That's going to go there. And boop, boop, boop. He rolls 5 damage. I am dead. Gotta be kidding me. Yup. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, Griffin Howler. Good job. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. So this wasn't defeated. This wasn't defeated. They go at the bottom of the baddie queue. Howler wasn't defeated. He goes here. This is out. This is out. That was awesome. Oh, I lost all my health, so I'm back here. And we go to the end of the round. So I didn't get a day. I didn't get any rewards, obviously. What am I going to do? I'm going to gain back to end of the round stuff. I'm just going to gain back to 5 health, which is fine. So all that set up for nothing. Great. We go to day 7. Again, we have to attack this dude by day 9, and we still need 1 more day to go, right? So we're going to roll. We have 4 cards left. I rolled a 6, not helpful. I rolled a 1. What do we get? What goes around? How unusual. Up ahead, I can make out a group of raiders robbing a lone Molnar trader. Molnar always have amazing goods, usually belonging to others. The original owners of those goods are typically the ones who need rescuing. Seems the boot is on the other foot for a change. Helping a black market trader seems wrong, but I also despise raiders. I could let the dust settle before picking off any stragglers, maximizing my spoils, and yet it would be nice to have a Molnar owing me for a change. What are my options? Yeah, I don't really care about a Molnar owning me, or don't own me, owing me. So we let them deal with the Molnar, then attack. The baddie queue is 7, and then we add a 5-point baddie to the top. All baddies start with 2 fewer. This is when I'm going to get the Manticore, as I said. So it's 7 plus the 5er. Where's the Manticore? Not there. Oh, poison 2 is bad. So the Bog Lurk is doing a poison 2. He's a range attack. He comes in with 4 health instead of 6. The next one is the Manticore. No, we avoided the Manticore. So it is the Direwolf. He comes in with 4 health instead of 6. He's attacking with 4 dice. Any meter of a 4. I'll roll my any die. Man, me continuing to roll a 3 is not great. Yeah, I think I'm gonna die again. He's rolling 4 dice, and I can't get into a place where he's not attacking me. The Rusty Optics is fine, but I have to wait to the end of the round. I mean, maybe he'll just roll bad. Oh, that's a bad roll. That is a bad roll. This would be a good time for fresh bog meat. If I can survive that initial roll, it's fine, but it's not looking good. The Dire Wolf Pop goes in lane 3 for 3. And what do we got here? The Dragon Whelp is going to weaken me. Ugh, it's really bad. And he's rolling 2 attack dice. Oh, I'm so dead. This is like no point. Yeah, there's really no point. They're rolling 6 dice at me. Wow. Well, and if I can survive the 2, I got the fresh bog meat. So, and I can move myself up on the any meter too with the Rusty Optics. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to go here. He can get to me now. I'll go here. The poison 2 just is what it is. The dragon comes in with a any of a 5. The dire wolf comes in with an any of a 4. Yeah, the difference between me rolling a 3 and a 4 is just so huge. Oh, and he's going before me too. Oh, I'm so dead. Yeah, I'm so dead. I'm gonna take that's poison 2 for sure. And then the dire wolf pup comes in with a 3. That's fine. We'll play it out. He's gonna roll 2 dice and 1 defense. That is only 1 damage. I am weakened though, so I get that condition. And he has a defend 1. The dire wolf pup is going to, or the dire wolf is going to go here. He's attacking me with 4. I only have 4 health left, so we need a bunch of bones. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay, awesome. Totally dead. This comes off. I lose all my health. Still have this loot, which has just been useless. So the dire wolf pup was in lane 2. This dude was in lane 1. They go at the bottom. So the Manticore's still in there somewhere. This dude had 1 health. Oh, never mind. They all had 2 health. This had 2 less health. So this dude wouldn't have attacked me, but the dire wolf still rolled. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So this dude would have been dead when he came out because he would only have had 0 health because he would have gone down to 2 to 0. The dire wolf pup would have had 1 health, but it doesn't matter because then the dire wolf, when he attacked me with 4, I would have been poisoned. So there was no way I was surviving anyway. So I put those 2 back, and we'll put the dire wolf pup who survived back here as well. All right, but at least the dragon's dead. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Man. So no loot for me. No more training points, and I'm still 1 day shy, so we're going to have to get 1 progress point next turn so we can attack on day 9, and that is it. We have no margin anymore, kids. So we go to day 8. I'm going to obviously heal up. Man, that annoying kid, which cost me a health point, which really cost me any chance of winning the last battle. I definitely saw an interesting comment where they had this as a runaway loser problem as a game, and I could definitely see that. Like if a couple things go bad, you just kind of see how it snowballs, especially playing at this level. So we'll see. So I'm gonna roll. Please do not roll as 5 or 6. I rolled a 4, and here we go. This is it. A trap of my own making. Too big and too many. I could never overpower or run them. Either this works or my journey ends before the sun sets. The plan: be my own bait. What could possibly go wrong? The trap is set just as the golden sun is beginning to sink, which I pray helps obscure my hasty work of covering the freshly excavated pit. Now I just need to screech like a wounded griffin, stand in plain sight, and hope they don't simply jump over the trap before tearing me limb from limb. So I can be the baity, I can be the bait, not the bait. I don't know what the heck I'm saying. So there's 2 5-point baddies. I can be the bait as the baddies enter the battle mat. They could potentially be stunned for the first 2 rounds if I roll a 3 through a 6, which is interesting. Or I can give myself surprise, which I like, and then baddies take 1 true damage anytime they move to a new position on the battle mat, including initial placement. So this would give me the day I need to be able to attack Mulmesh in day 9, right? So that's huge. And then I would get 2 training points and a loot. This could, I'm saying there's a chance. It's dangerous. The reality is I could potentially get surprised anyway. I mean, again, 2/3 of the time I'm going to stun these dudes, and that could be really, really nice. Also, I mean, as much as I love surprise, again, I know the Manticore is still in there, so this could also prevent me from having to deal with the Manticore problem of them coming in and not only having poison 2, but also rage 2 right off the bat. So I normally don't do this one. I'm going to be the bait. It's against the same rewards either way, just the rewards at the bottom of the card. So we get 2 5-point baddies. Baddie 1 is the Manticore. If he came in and I did the bottom, he would have had 1 true damage. So he would not only have been doing poison 2, but rage 2, and that would have been really bad. So this comes in, he's gonna take 6 health, and I roll a d6. Please roll a 3, 4, 5, or 6. I rolled a 6. Dude is stunned for 2 rounds. I'm a very stunning person. That's what I do. It's what I do. What is the stun again? The stun's a star, right? Is that the star? I always forget what the stun is. It's how unusual it is for me to do stun. I think it's a star. So yeah, you're stunned, dude. And then the next one, what do we get? Oh, it's nuts. So it's the Dragon Delinquent. It has Engulf, Weaken 2. I mean, if he's not stunned, at least I can stand next to the Manticore and just start, doing some damage on him. But yeah, that's a lot. It's not a little, it's a lot. Everything about that is a lot. So that's 7 damage. He comes in. I need to win this battle. It's my only chance. 3, 4, 5, and 6. I rolled a 1. He's not stunned. Oh, what a jerk. He's gonna weaken me too. Here we go, kids. This is all we got. So I'm gonna go here because I can. I should have taken all these dice out. I don't have surprise, so I have to roll that. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna be in front of the Manticore and behind the Dragon Delinquent no matter what I roll, or although I could use Rusty Optics, I might as well. So this is lane 2. It's an any die of a 6. And the Manticore is lane 1. It's an any die of a 3. Yeah, that's fine. That goes here. That goes here. So the Dragon Delinquent is not stunned. He's like, what? What's wrong with the Manticore? And he's going to attack me. He's rolling 2 defense dice and 2 attack dice. Bam. So I have weakened 2, which is not great. He does 2 damage to me. And he has a 1 defense die of a 1. Also, he only got the weaken because, again, he hit his backup plan. All right, my turn. So I'm going to gain a health. I'm going to use one of my decks to move. I only have 2 more dex markers that I weaken 2. I want to make sure I'm using every bit of that engulf I can. If I can kill the Manticore before he has any real chance at doing damage to me, that would be really nice. So what I think is I roll... Ugh, I want to say the poison dart. I don't think I'm gonna have another chance to get it. I only have 3 decks, so I'm rolling 2 attack dice and a defend die. I'm wondering if I use the toxins. I think this should be better. So 2 attack dice and a defend die. Here we go. All right, 3 damage. Big roll, big roll. And we get the 1 defend die there. This dude is stunned. Again, he's stunned for 2 rounds. So we go to round 2. The dragon is rolling 2 attack die and a defend die. With engulf, he gives me 1 damage. I'm weakened 2 again. With engulf, the extra damage goes on the manticore as well. Now again, engulf could also, if I was standing next to the dragon, it could be bad. But again, the manticore is my bigger issue. And we have this extra shield here. Right? My turn. I heal 1, so I'm up to 4. I'm going to attack the manticore with the same stuff I did last time. What do we get? I mean, 2 damage and he's out. And he could just be engulfed next turn too. So I have a lot of options to have him die before he ever has a turn. And what do I roll? 3 damage. He's out. Oh, I would have taken this out for sure. You know what? I wouldn't have rolled that. I won't take that too. I wouldn't have taken that too. I think that 1 defense makes sense. I know I'm getting attacked by this, and there's really, what am I chasing here with bones right now? Not much. So 3 damage kills the manticore. So that's nice. Done. Done. The weaken comes off, which is fine. So would I have rolled? You know, I would have rolled a stim kit with my 3rd die, right? Because I did have 3. I might as well done that, and I would get buff health of 3. That makes the most sense. It's a good time to risk the getting that, which is like the whammy card, which would give me the lose of damage. So I like the way that played out, and that's fine. So manticore's out. That is round 2. I know I said I was going to do that more this round to kind of make it more clear. So to try to get myself back into that habit, I will move here. Oh, I could have used this. Yeah, let me move in front of this dude. It makes sense. I'm only going to need it for 1 more battle anyway. And now I have initiative going forward, so he can't weaken me. So that makes a lot of sense. So I used Rusty Optics. I got in front of this dude. I still have the fresh bog meat. I am going to, in round 3, it's my turn. I regain a health. So I'm at max health. Another reason why I wouldn't want to take that die out from the active slots. I'm going to move. I can roll 4 dice. I'm going to roll toxins. I have 2 attack. Oh, I have 3 attack dice now. That's right. I forgot I actually upgraded that. So that's better. Yeah, totally forgot I had that. Oh, could I have been using that? No, I died before I had a turn in both those last 2 battles. That's why I forgot I did that. It's like, yeah. I was like, why did I forget that? Oh, I didn't. I just never had a chance to take advantage of it. So I roll. So it's 4 damage and a poison 2. Sure. I'm going to take off all his shield, do 1 damage to him, and then the poison 2, I'll just put a double poison on him. So that's a good roll with the toxins die. Puts me in a pretty strong spot. What's he going to do? He's going to attack me. He's going to reroll all 4 of his dice. Beginning of his turn, he takes 2 damage. And remember, engulf's going to now engulf him as well. He's just so angry at me. He's going to breathe fire at me to his own demise. So he's rolling all 4 of these dice. What does he get? So he definitely weakens me. So I get a weaken 2. 2 damage to me. But actually, yeah. So 1 shield, 1 buff HP, and then 2 damage to himself. Oh, what's the order of that? Does he put the defense die on him? All right, so we have to do this in order. So he puts the 1 shield on himself first, and then we apply the hit points. With the engulf, he'll take away the shield, and then he'll take 1 hit point from that. But now he has no shield, so I have a chance of just knocking him out next turn. So that's his turn. We go to round 4. I have weakened 2, so I can only roll 3 dice. I will roll my 3 attack dice because I'm pretty good. I have still this buff HP, and I really want to try to knock him out if I can. So we're rolling. I rolled a 4 damage. Super toast my ghost. Bye-bye, dragon. You burned up your own defenses, and that's what you get, buddy. So we won a battle. We actually had a chance to play. When you get a chance to play, you can win. It's fun. So I'm going to get a loot. This loot better be magic. Oh, Raider Army. Ooh. 1s rolled in your defense die may be upgraded to 2s. And bones rolled in your defense die may be converted to 1. It is heavy. I don't hate that at all. The question is, do I want the rusty optics or the fresh bog meat? What's Mulmesh's innie? He's going early. I Could try to get ahead of him. It's going to take a round to do that, though. He's only attacking me with 2. I think, oh man, having a Griffin Yearling instead of a wolf pup definitely makes a difference over there. I will add, I'll keep the fresh bog meat just because, and I'll get rid of the rusty optics. Fine, I really like that loot a lot. It's so it's heavy, so it takes up, again, you have 4 spots, and then heavy loot takes up 3 of those. So have to drop something to keep that. I have 2 training with, by the end of the battle, I get rid of my buff HP, everything in the active slots exhausts as well. These will come back here. With my 2 training points, I do think I take the stim belt and then the distiller, and I just play a buff HP strategy next turn. My dex is 5, it's fairly good. I'm rolling 3 attack dice. If I can just get a bunch of buff HP, and I have 2 poisons here, which is pretty strong, and should put me in a pretty strong position against Mulmesh. So again, the poison dart is nice because again, the toxins have to go on your target, but the poison dart can be put on any baddie. So it's a really, really cool skill. I just never got to the E-cells and stuff like that. A longer adventure, you get to do a little bit more craziness. So yeah, that's nice. So having two sources of poison is, and being able to re-roll with the distiller here. I'll try to get that out the first turn for sure. So we'll see how that works. We also get our training point, which is great. I'm already at full health. I don't really, I mean, I could scout. There's really no point, but that's fine. Let's scout. I rolled a 1. What would have been next? Oh, it's a bog frog. Yeah, you can just chill right there, and I will taunt you for never coming in the game. So we only got the tyrant encounter once, which is super nice. We're gonna go day 9. I have enough progress points. I can take on Mulmesh. Here we go. So we have this Griffin Yearling just chilling there, and we have Mulmesh. So the Midnight Warfare. Battle queue is baddie points. We ignore that in a party of 1. All baddies in this card are placed on top of the battle queue with Mulmesh on the bottom. Done. So his tyrant skills are Frenzy 2. If the number of Mulmesh attack dice hit, so there's no bones, you roll the attack dice again and you add the total damage of both rolls. So if he rolls really good that first turn, I mean, I could definitely be dead before I have a chance, and then we'll just do a bonus day, because why not? Because it worked the last time. So retreat. If Mulmesh starts his turn at 3 hit points or fewer, he is removed from the battle mat and goes on to top of the battle queue, and Mulmesh's hit points is restored once he rejoins the battle. All right, so that's not great. If you have a poison on him, you can check before or after the poison to see if he's going to survive or not. Mulmesh can only be targeted by adjacent units. Mulmesh cannot take damage from attack dice until the next turn with his tyrant die. So half of this tyrant die is this silver hide. You just can't attack him with attack dice. So you can take damage from poison. He can take damage from other effects that if you have some other gearlocs, but he cannot take damage from attack dice if you roll silver hide. And then howl. All units friendly to Mulmesh immediately improve 1 spot on the any meter. Cannot go higher than Mulmesh. So little Harry with only just 5 health here. Again, that little freaking kid making this a little bit hard. So this dude goes here. He has 2 health. I'm rolling on the any meter. I really wish it was a wolf pup. So I get a 3. It doesn't really matter. And then we have Mulmesh himself. He comes in. He's going to go on lane 2. And we have, oh yeah, I'm getting attacked by both of those. We really need Mulmesh to roll a bones. Is how this is going to go down. I mean, even if I had the 6, I don't think it matters. Does the distiller make any sense? I mean, looking at, like, I had all this information ahead of time. I'm not sure the distiller makes any sense. You have to set the distiller up. So, I don't know. I think it does make sense still. I mean, what is the difference between 6 health and 5 health? 1 health, Greg. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, math major. I mean, there's definitely an argument to get the 6. Just to give myself a little bit more chance to survive this, but I don't think it matters enough. I really don't. Yeah, and having another dex doesn't make any sense either. I have 5 decks. What am I rolling? If I get the 6 decks, I can roll both of those, and then the toxins. Yeah, and I think that's true damage. If you roll the stupid skull and crossbones, yeah, it's true damage for sure. I'm going to give myself an extra dex, especially with that poison dart chilling there. Maybe I can use the poison dart. I can try to... It's on any baddie, so I can roll it and then put it on any baddie I want. I might be able to take out the yearling before he attacks me next turn. Yeah, so I gave myself an extra dex, took out the distiller as much as I love the distiller, and I'm going to start here. Mulmesh has those feet, so he's always going to be 2 away from me because he can move diagonal. It doesn't really matter where I start him. That is fine. So we're going to get Mulmesh. His any die is going to be at a 6. And the yearling any die is going to be at a 5. I'm lost. Maybe I should have kept that rusty optics. I really don't think it matters. I think the fresh bog meat actually is going to come in handy a bit more. That if getting 5 health back could be really nice. No, let me get the rusty optics. Changing my mind. Again, this is all information I had. So I think at the end of this round, I'm going to be able to go first, you know, do some extra rolls and stuff. Maybe move to a more crafty location. Could be just what the doctor ordered. That's my final answer. For better or worse, let's see what happens. So Mulmesh is going to move. This is round 1. I'm going to try to use these dice better. So he's attacking me. He's going to roll his special die, and he's rolling 2 attack dice. And remember, Frenzy 2. Please roll the bones. He didn't roll the bones. What a jerk. What a jerk. Yeah, I'm going to die. He rolls that. Yeah, he just rolled 5 damage. I'm dead. Let's pretend he didn't roll that. Day 9. I mean, it'd be the same exact setup. He rolls that. Hey, you rolled the bones, kids. So this is, again, day 10. I'm giving myself an extra day. This is what we're going to do. This is the solo playthrough's way. So he rolled the bones, so I only get 1 damage. I mean, that's the swing of that is so sick. I mean, it's just a 6/6 skill. So I go there. I lose 1 health because of that. Because, again, he rolled the bones in day 10. So the yearling's going to come over. Oh, by the way, he also rolled the Howl. What does Howl do? It just moves all units friendly to Mulmesh, immediately improve 1 spot on the any meter. Cannot go higher than Mulmesh, so that's fine. So he moves there. He was going to go next anyway. The yearling is rolling 2 attack dice. He does 3 damage. Yikes. And then he gets a flight. Cool. So now I cannot target him, which is awesome. But when I understand Poison Dart, even though I can't target him with anything that needs a target, I can still put a skill on him, even though he's untargetable, which is super good. Yeah, so I can still use the Poison Dart against that, even though that sucker's flying, and I have 1 health, so I think I'm going to need to take him out. All right, so I'm going to get rid of Rusty Optics and get myself to the top of the any meter. And I moved up 3 spaces. All right, that's a better spot. It's a better spot to be. So now I have Dex 6 times 2, really, which is nice. Beginning my turn, I take a health. Definitely need some buff HP here. So I'm going to roll both of these. Hopefully at least one of them gives me buff HP. If both of them were to be that, I'm dead. Which would be awesome. I can target him, so I might as well do that. So I'm going to roll this. I'm not going to roll my 1 defense dice for Raider Armor. You know, in some ways, I might have got a little bit too excited with Raider Armor. The fresh bog meat might have been more helpful. So I'm going to use 2 attack dice against Mulmesh. I'm rolling the toxins against Mulmesh. I'm rolling both of these buff HP, and then I'm rolling this Poison Dart. Now, if I get a bones with the buff HP dice, I don't have to use that. I only have to use it if it's that garbage. So rolling these 6 dice. Yay, extra dex. Come on, buddy. All right, so I have 2 separate buff HPs. We have buff HP 2, buff HP 4. That is a lot of extra health. That's only a poison 1, which I don't love. I can put the poison 2 on Mulmesh. I think I'm going to just take out the Griffin Yearling and kind of simplify things here. I use the Poison Dart. That's a consumable. It's back on my tray. Poison 2 on the Griffin Yearling. Do I want to save this? Yeah, I'll save Toxins. I think I can do better next turn. And I do 2 damage to Mulmesh, so he's down to 6 health. Again, want to monitor his health fairly carefully. We go to round 2. Again, I'm at the top of the enemy meter thanks to the Rusty Optics. I'm going to attack Mulmesh again. I'm going to roll 1 defense die. I'm going to roll Toxins. I'm going to roll my 3 attack dice. So I'm only using 5 in my 6 decks, which is totally fine. Remember, the Yearling's going to die. Oh, I get another health. So again, getting to the top of the enemy meter was super nice. So I'm going to roll these 5 dice. What do we get? Ooh, interesting. I did not get Toxins. I could do a needle jab, but then I would take 5 health away from Mulmesh, which would put him in the range where he would be resetting, and I don't want to do that. I'm just going to do the 2 damage to Mulmesh. I'm going to put the Toxins back in my little tray here, in my little mouse pad here. I'm going to take this 1 bones that goes there. Now, I have this 1 defense dice because of Raider Armor. This 1 defense die becomes a defense of 2, and that is fine. We're going to go to Mulmesh's turn. So we check Mulmesh. Mulmesh has 4 health. If he had 3 health, remember he'd come off. He has Shrouded. No, I'm sorry. He's Shrouded means he'll only be targeted by adjacent units, but he has Retreat. So if he had 3 health at the start of his turn, he would leave the mat. He does have 4 health. So he's rolling his special Tyrant die plus these 2 attack dice. He has Frenzy, which is not friendly. So that's 2 damage. And then he rolled again because he didn't roll a bone. So 2 more damage. So 4 damage. So I have 2 defense, and then these 2 buff HP will come off. That skill dice is going to come off because that stack of buff HP is gone. We now go to the Griffin Yearling's turn. Griffin Yearling takes 2 damage, 2 damage because of the poison. Super dead. I love that consumable. It's the best. So now we've simplified things here. Just me and Mulmesh. Mono a mono, or gearloc werewolf type. So the good thing is, again, he rolled Howl. If he had Silver Hide, he cannot take damage from attack dice. So that would be super bad. So we go to round 3. I'm going to roll 3 attack dice and just really hope I'm finishing this dude off. I'm rolling 3 attack dice, and I'm rolling... Oh, I get a health back. Look at me. I'm like almost fully healthy. So I'm rolling these 4 dice. What do we get? That is 4 damage. Mulmesh. Oh, and poison 3. Man, toast, McGhost. Take down Mulmesh. We needed an extra day again, but that's just how I do, people. Oh man, what a weird adventure. That's the thing I've been learning. Like I found myself getting frustrated in my first few playthroughs of this game, and then you learn, like, you know what, you lose a couple in the middle. Like as long as you get a decent enough start, you really always have a chance. That said, again, this is 2 playthroughs in a row where I needed an extra day, So, yeah, that Frenzy 5 from Mulmesh to start the first attempt was a wee bit unfortunate. So, you really hoping he rolls that bones, because you can't get ahead of that dude. He's gonna do a pretty big attack on you. But yeah, as far as tyrants go, he's not that hard. I've had some really good the matches with him, with patches, with anyone really. He's just, if you have 3 attack dice especially, you can really eat into that. If he rolls Silver Hide a few times, it's still not a big deal. But in the true solo game, Mulmesh is a fairly straightforward tyrant. I mean, he doesn't have any defense dice, and you're just, as long as you make sure you don't, get to that point where he retreats, it's not that hard to get that much damage on him. So I don't know. Again, I'm not sure if Raider Armor made the most sense instead of the Bogme, but it's kind of all academic at this point. Was really happy to get that Poison Dart just to really simplify things. But at the end, one of them mattered because he never even had another, around 3. Oh yeah, he did. So yeah, he died. So that's 2 attack dice I didn't have to take. But I was, in the end, I still have this 4 buff health, and I still have 4 health on Patches. But yeah, Patches is super viable. I mean, that's the one thing I've been really impressed with this game, is just how viable all the gearlocs are true solo. I know it's not everybody's thing. For me, as I'm exploring this game, let's keep it simpler and do that. And then, I think down the road we can start thinking about doing 2 gearlocs and having baddie queues with the tyrants and whatnot. But I think first time through, learning all the tyrants, learning all the gearlocs, putting the stuff on the channel, this is just how I'm going to continue to approach a new gearloc and a new tyrant. And that's going to be what it be. So appreciate, again, keep all the thoughts, recommendations, advice, strategies, things I might be doing wrong. I'm pretty sure I got everything right, but I should know by now. Don't say that, Greg, because you're going to realize that you're wrong in the editing process. But it is what it is. One day I'll learn my lesson. I do think a couple of things that could have really gone a lot better. I mean, if I had rolled, if I got that an 8+1 in that first round, which really was set up for me to get there, I just wasn't rolling any bones. That was unfortunate. If I was able to, if I had another skill die, even if I had stim belt, I would have. I didn't want to exhaust the poison dart. I just didn't want to lose that because I didn't know if I'd have another chance to get it, and I knew I was going to want it for this tyrant encounter. So if I didn't have to do that, I would have exhausted 3 other dice, because I ended up losing that next battle anyway. So I lost that hit point value, and I ended up taking it somewhere else. I forget what I did with it. So that was unfortunate. Left me really vulnerable. and just had those 2 battles in a row where I just got walloped before I even had a turn, which is it happens. I think with true solo play, I do wish there was something else. Like, I mean, especially with melee baddies or melee gearlocs, I would say, like, if you're playing true solo, let the melee gearloc start in a range space, because then you could at least limit, a lot of times if you can start on the range space, then you can kind of limit you're only getting attacked by 1 baddie, right off the bat instead of 2. But I mean, you start on the melee space and you're getting attacked by 2 baddies, that have high initiative. It's no bueno, especially when you have like one of the baddies, ranged baddies with weaken. But I guess that's where scouting comes in and all of it. But it can be a bit frustrating. But even if, like, in a co-op game, if you have 2 gearlocs and one of them's getting walled by 2 baddies, right at the bat, I mean, I guess it'd be easier to make sure that you put them in a place where you're only getting targeted differently. So I mean, I could definitely see some of the tactics and strategy coming into play there, which again we'll kind of revisit the 2 gearloc playthrough question in the future. But I am yammering. We have one more of the base gearlocs to go. I love that little dude. Tantrum is just bananas, and we're going up against Glenrick or Glimrix. What the heck is that freaking lizard dude's name? He's hard, man, and I really like it. And honestly, Tantrum isn't exactly the greatest matchup against him either, but we're gonna do it. So ready to torch his own kind. If it gives him an edge in battle, Gendrix is well known throughout the region as a ruthless and dangerous leader. Oh yeah, he is. So we're gonna take on Lizard Man. That's also another 10-day extravaganza. We have to get up to 8 to have a chance to beat him. So definitely can't mess around too much. And he's got some really, really interesting things going on. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we got the Goblin King. Oh, man. And I just, you know what? I looked at Undertow and I'm like, oh, Duster. And I was like, that sounds familiar. And then I just realized that Duster is Duster. And it rocked my world on a deep, deep level. Oh, yeah. Before I got more. I was playing against Marrow earlier. So I got Marrow chilling over there. So I like taking against some of these longer adventures as I'm kind of getting back to getting acquainted with the gearloc before I put something on video here. So but that's that. Again, questions, comments, epiphanies, put them in the comment section below. If you want to see what's coming up in Solo Playthroughs land, you can go onto my Patreon page. The link is in the description below. See what's coming down the pipe. Make sure you set your calendar accordingly. If you're interested in becoming a supporter of this channel, I could definitely use it. I would very much appreciate it. Just really have some plans with this channel and would like to continue to see it grow so I can continue to do the things that I want to do, get the games I want to get the equipment I want to get to continue to bring the best quality content to you that I can. So check that out. There are 3 options for you. If one of those makes sense for you, man, it would be great to have you as part of the Solo Playthroughs Patreon community. And if not, the likes, the watch time, the comments, all of it really helps, and there's other ways to support this channel. And again, all of it is super appreciated. So thank you as always for joining, and until next time, happy gaming.